Hello everyone, good evening. So today I am going to share with all of you some of my thought blocks that are coming up in my life. And so today is day 23 of the 90-day Facebook Live challenge. Day 31, I'm still sugar-free and flour-free. And also, go ahead and go on over to the Erickson Merkel Foundation. I'm doing this challenge to support them. And so head on over if you haven't already and leave them a donation. So what I wanted to talk about today was I always seem to wake up with some form of anxiety or feeling overwhelmed or some sort of form of stress. And I always tell my clients to do thought downloads. So a thought download is when you take a piece of paper, and you can't do this in your head. So grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, and just write down all the thoughts that are going on in your head. And then what I do is I use a tool called the model that it was developed by my mentor, Brooke Castillo. And I work through the model with one of my thoughts that I think is bugging me the most for the day. And I work through it. And so today when I was feeling this anxiety and this stress, I did a thought download. And I get coached myself on a regular basis. I'm actually in a coaching program right now called Self-Coaching Scholars with Brooke, my instructor. And she sent us these awesome model pad papers where you can write everything down and then rip it off and throw it away. It's super handy. And so the model that I have, and if you guys haven't seen one of my Facebook Lives on the model, it was probably one of the first Facebook Lives that I ever did for my business, was on the model and using the model for one of the biggest weight loss tools that I use. Feel free to go back through the videos and check that out. If you are more interested in learning about the model, reach out to me. You can jump into my membership. It's super cheap. It's $29 a month. I have all kinds of training on there about the model and how to use the model and how you can start applying the model to your daily life and start seeing big changes for yourself, start losing weight, whatever it may be. You can plug any issue that you have, any problem that you may have into that model and analyze it from a different point of view and ultimately solve it and change it. And that's what we all want, right? We all want that instant relief in life of not having something bother us. That's why we've got these quick fix diet pills and these quick fix diets, because we all want that quick fix to solve our problems. So enough of that. I'm going to get into what was bothering me today. So when I did my thought download, I started to have thoughts of, I'm a time waster. I suck. I'm a failure. I should have worked harder, and I need to plan better. And I'm sure as a mom, a lot of you feel like you don't get something done for the day, or you bust your butt all day long, and at the end of the day, you're like, I didn't do anything. I didn't get everything that I wanted to get accomplished off of my to-do list today. And that's kind of what my thoughts were going to is, I should have worked harder, and I needed to plan better, because in a circumstance, just a quick review of that, is a situation or something that is an absolute fact, something that can't be changed. And so the circumstance for me was I got nothing done. And that's actually more of a thought, but as I started to analyze what was going on in my head, I found that I needed to put that as a circumstance and make that a fact for me so that I could bring up the thoughts about it and then change it. And so when I was thinking that I was a time waster, that was when I was starting to feel frustrated and I was feeling anxious and I was feeling overwhelmed. And almost all the time, you are going to feel a feeling way before you know the thought that's causing it. Because we think 60,000 thoughts a day, and we can't possibly know all the thoughts that we're thinking that are causing the way that we feel. And nobody likes to feel frustrated. Nobody likes to feel anxious, and nobody likes to feel overwhelmed. So the action that I took was a form of buffering. buffering is a way to escape reality. So some people may buffer by overeating. We don't like feeling a certain way, so we end up overeating. Some people don't like to feel a certain way, so they drink. Some people don't like to feel a certain way, so they use prescription drugs, or some people may use Facebook or sitting on the couch over Netflixing. Whatever it may be, it's the overage of doing something that isn't serving you. So it's opposite of what you truly want to be doing. And so I started to buffer, and that just resulted in wasting more time. So my thought, I'm a time waster, created my result of wasting more time because I was buffering. So our thoughts create our results 100% of the time. And so what I had to do here was, if I didn't like to be wasting my time, is I really had to analyze those thoughts and find evidence that proved that I got things done. Because I had a ton of evidence for myself that proved that I got nothing done. I didn't get everything done on my to-do list. I didn't get to do this other stuff that I thought would take less time on some things. And so finding the evidence of what did I actually do? What are the facts of the situation? And so I got a new landing page done. I got, for my website, I did a webinar yesterday. I went to a doctor's appointment. I had a massage. And so I can't expect to have gotten every single thing done on my to-do list. Because really, when we have a to-do list, once we complete everything on it, we just add to it. So a to-do list is really like a never-ending list of things. And so when I broke it down that way and looked at what did I actually get done, what were the facts of the situation, I could look at that and change my thoughts to, I worked as hard as I could. Because I did. I worked until 9:30 last night, and then I started at I woke up at 7, and I probably started about 8 in the morning. So I worked 13 hours yesterday, not completely straight, but for a big chunk of the day. So all of you are probably looking at, why were you thinking that you should have worked harder? You worked 13 hours. And so looking at the facts, and once I could look at that, I felt more accomplished and I felt more empowered. And that allowed me to relax and to not buffer and continue working on that to-do list, which is just going to result in relaxing after a hard day's of work and ultimately getting more done. So take a look in your own lives. If you're starting to feel stressed, you're starting to feel anxious, do a thought download and look at my videos about the model and be sure to plug it in there and really analyze the situation so that you can turn around the way that you're thinking. Unless you're completely happy with feeling stressed out, anxious, overwhelmed about your to-do list, then just keep doing what you're doing. But otherwise, learn about the model, reach out to me, and let's get you feeling better soon. So I hope you guys all have a great night, and I will talk to you later.